What is going on, guys? I'm here with just a brief discussion video regarding one of the announcements today that has certainly risen an upcry of nerds around the world. Um, Now, at first, you think that could be many things, considering that E3 is currently going on for the next few days, and it's just definitely a time for the video game market to shine, and a lot of those big releases are getting highlighted and everything, and I'm really excited about some games that are coming out as well and some stuff that have been previewed. Um, but something that has certainly caught everybody's attention, even though it's probably the one thing we have the brief news about, is Star Wars Battlefront 3, and this was announced at the EA press conference. Now, for those of you who don't know, about a month or two ago, Star Wars gave all video game rights, future video game rights to Electronic Arts, which, if you're not familiar with them, they're behind Mass Effect, EA Sports, Battlefield, Star Wars: The Old Republic, even all those games. So that's Electronic Arts for you, and they actually have a lot of developer companies under their belt. Of course, they have BioWare, which is Old Republic, DICE, which is Battlefield, and they have a couple others I can't really name, but that's EA for you. And also, for those you don't know, LucasArts is no more, so that's kind of the reason why this has been handed over. And actually, I was really scared of this news at first of the EA handoff, but just after hearing about this, knowing that only 1 or 2 months ago EA got the rights to Star Wars games, and the first thing they had to have done was work on this little 30-second teaser trailer. Just shows what exactly they're going for here. Star Wars Battlefront. Now, this is all we have so far. This is all we know. That it's being developed by DICE, which is the same video game developers, well, basically same EA game developers that did Battlefield. Um, and other than that, all else we know is that it will be there'll be more updates on it soon in the future, probably via StarWars.com. This is all we're probably going to hear about it from E3 because I don't think EA has much more to say in any of the press conferences. They went from Battlefront and they went on to babbling on and on about Need for Speed, and everyone's like, "What Battlefront? Battlefront?" Um, is it gonna be called Battlefront 3? I don't think it's gonna be called Battlefront 3. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be called Battlefield something. Not Battlefield, I'm sorry. Battlefront something. Um, because obviously the design is a little different, and in past Battlefront games we've had haven't we had Renegade Squadron, we had Elite Squadron, Elite Force or something, which are both handheld games. One was PS Wow, PlayStation Portable, I guess PSP, yeah. And the other one was, yeah, that was PSP as well. So those were both PlayStation Portable games. I don't know what this is going to be called, but there's a lot of speculation as to what this game is going to deal with. Um, I mean, heck, it's using a Frostbite 3 game engine, which is the last piece of last piece of news that we know about this. So basically, for those of you who don't know or uneducated about game engines, it determines its graphics capabilities. And if it's using a Frostbite 3 game engine, which is pretty much the game engine they're using for Battlefield 4, and that's the next gen, this game is going to make a lot of Star Wars fans jizz in their pants. And I'm not being any I'm not being any more exaggerative than I usually am here when I'm saying that this is probably going to be the best Star Wars game that we're ever going to get. Visually, no doubt. The closest thing, the last Star Wars game that we've ever had announced was 1313, which unfortunately is probably going to get delayed, if not completely canceled, because originally LucasArts went poop, so it got canceled. 1313 pretty much, but that doesn't mean they don't have leftovers of the project. But knowing that EA has gone straight from EA has now has the rights to Star Wars games, and the first thing they work on is Battlefront. I'm pretty sure 1313 won't be coming out for a while. Just think about it. They're going to be working on Battlefield, Battlefront. They'll be working on all these games. So, they got quite a lot of options here. But, um, what do you guys think? Will this delve into the Star Wars saga again? Will we get a saga campaign and all that? Um, Or will it do more stuff in such as the Star Wars Rebels TV show that'll be coming out? Perhaps the Clone Wars. That'd be pretty cool if we get some action in the Clone Wars. Do you think it will actually deal with the new Star Wars movies that'll be coming out? I don't know. Put your opinions in the comments below. What changes do you think they're going to make? One of the changes I'm worried about is if it's going to be first person or third person. I'm pretty sure this game is going to be pretty close to Battlefield, which honestly would be a disappointment because it's like, okay, just play Battlefield. I mean, what's the big deal? So I really want a lot of changes between this game and Battlefield because that's going to be the biggest challenge is separate Battlefront from Battlefield. Honestly, all you're doing is changing 4 letters. So it needs to be a whole lot more than a 4 letter change. One thing, the one thing I'm hoping that stays relevant is the third person mechanics, how you're able to see your character when you're shooting, and also the ability to switch between first person, third person, which we've had in previous games, which is not really a strong thing you got going for games these days. It's usually just third person or it's third person. There's very little switching between the two. Um, then again, I think it'd be a great idea if you were allowed to switch between the two. On PC, of course, you were allowed to switch, but if you were playing console, you couldn't switch between first and third, I don't think. Other than that, that's story of Battlefront for you. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Where do you think EA is going to take this? Um, what do you think is going to happen? What era are they going to do? Are they going to do the new shows that are coming out, the Clone Wars? Are they going to do the new movies, previous movies? What changes do you think EA is going to make to it overall? So that's all I have to say about Star Wars Battlefront 3. So thank you for watching. I'll be seeing y'all later.